Hello, amigos. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is We Nerd World 10/7/24. Running off on waste label. Hopefully, you guys have had a great weekend. Sorry about the late start tonight, but I had to run the store and take care of a few things. Thought I'd be back in time, but I was not. My deepest apologies. Cheers, A Nova. Firsties in the house. Please get your top chat, the live chat. Catherine, the cannabis connoisseur. Cheers to you. Your dapple ganger works at Walmart gas station, by the way. Cheers, Pizza Pirate. Clocking out. I'll be right back. Alright, cheers to you. I'll finish off this joint. I got rolled up and fixing to roll another one. Some lemon G coming in all scruff. Seeing myself in the channel there. That's a good one right here. What up, J. Patrick? This is a good tune right here. Been rocking out a lot of the Sugar Shack. Last few shows, actually. Ooh-wee. Where are all the lighters? No shit. Not one up here. Oh, one. Alright. What's up, Mrs. Justice Mids? What's up, crack babies? Operation Annihilation. What up? What you guys smoking on? I believe this is possibly some lemon G. For a mix. Rolling my life away. Cheers to you. Laying some tile today. And time got away from me. I fucking didn't. I thought I was like had an hour yet to go. I had to fucking hurry up and get my ass back. What's up? Smoking Grove Frazier. Cheers to you. Everybody got your outdoor taken down, harvested up, ready. Candy Trooper, what is up with you? Cheers to my daughter who turned 21, my youngest. Wow. This last week, I got to go down and visit her for, 2 days. Well, 1 day with her, 2 days with Lexi. But, today, go down, hang out with her on her birthday. See a little bit of good old Flint, Michigan, and, yeah, good day. Thank you to the weed nerds that tried to help me out, my strandedness, influence. A little detour, nonetheless. So what are you guys smoking? You didn't eat or here? Little stretch. This is my first break of the day. Can't miss us not on a minute. My daughter just turned 18 last weekend. Cheers to you and that. I'm so fast. I couldn't believe 21. There we go. Momentary break. Cheers, Brett. Holy shit. Wow. Do I spy cabinet back there? Yes, you do, Mrs. Justice Bud. And tile. Tile and cabinet. Well, uppers. It's part of the uppers back there. Got a little bit to do there yet. Coming along. It's looking good. Trim's going on. The paint would have been dry. You would have seen some trim on that door again. Actually went backwards there. It had a different trim on it and kind of upgraded it. And the upgrade was well worth it. This door you see behind me had that same kind of 1x4 trim. And I took that off and did the other side, and it looks way better. Huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. Good eye though. Get a little further, maybe take you a little way through. Smoking some cat hollow. I don't even know how to say that. But Carefully TV. Some Spartan puke bomb. Spartan both flyers. Nice. DLP 2372. Catch you in the morning. Well, thanks for stopping in. I hope you get a great rest, my friend. Bears growing it. Cheers. Weed Nerd Nation, let's all grow together. It's a Weed Nerd World, Bears growing it. Not just a nation. We're bigger than that. Smoking some pretty nasty from CSI Humboldt, gifted to me by my late mom's BFF. Shout out to Rich in Maryland. Nice. Nice. My internet's buffering. Oh, yeah. So what's up with you guys? What's next to be popped in your garden? What's up, WEedNerdWorld? There you go. Appreciate that. Alright, that one's done. Most of the outdoor I've smoked, at least of mine, has turned out fairly well. Had the peanut butter and jelly breath so far. The Ghost OG would turned out alright, pretty good. And there's one of them that was like, Gotta be honest, right?
Yeah.
They all can't be winners. All aboard the train. Cheers, Doctor. If I haven't gives you some cheers yet. Actually, wish I could roll you through there and show you some of the tile and stuff. Looking pretty decent. This is Justice Med said hello. This thing go. Alright, I guess I'm back to rolling while
the tile does look amazing. The cabinets do look amazing. Very, very much so. Miss Putty coming in.
What up, Papa?
Miss Putty coming.
I'm popping some sticky buns and black runs next. Nice. Got some soaking in the glass right now. Clones from there finally came out of their stuntedness and have taken off. Seedlings are looking somewhat good. Can't wait for them to take off. Not sure whether they'll flower out yet, but hopefully more nice in a bigger spot. Chocolate cherry, that sounds good. Cheers, SoCal. What's up, motherfucker? Something hopped the fence, lol. Oh, yeah, kitty. Took me a second there. Smoke weed. Skullcade Glassworks, cheers to you. Oh shit, I bought papers. Where'd I put the papers?
I
think they're in my coat.
I grew a chocolate strawberry that was really nice. I didn't get to see her all the way out, but she started beautiful. Super beautiful.
I got a strawberry swirl somewhere from the Red Dragon Brothers in Las Vegas there, which was super good.
This one goes out to all our family out there
as well.
Sugar Shack, Nomeo, Isad Williams,
Nomeo,
Ben Thompson. Let's do this.
I have no idea which one this is. It's buffering, so it don't matter. Alright, back to the dupe. I did find the papers. And it stopped at the gas station. I couldn't hit the tobacco shop and get a real pack of papers for less than I just paid for that pack of papers.
That hour. Oops.
Alright. Oh, this is sweet. I like that one. You've been listening to that Soul Seed song. Damn. Cheers, we're back. I think it was the kitty. It was the kitty. I missed the chocolate cherry cuvee. Me too, buddy. Me too. Somebody needs to get on so we fucking steady out this connection a little bit. Or at least, keep it live. You never know, maybe if you get somebody on, maybe I'll try to, I guess it's preparing live stream. I don't even know if I'm live now. I'm just gonna go with maybe. Maybe. Chat. I tried to join the meeting and it says it doesn't work. Let me see if I fucking. Hopefully I didn't do something and join on the ground. That's the right number. Maybe it was one of the seconds there when my internet was working. Rod Angler puffins in the spirit with the Eagle crew. Love it. Wow, you're a lucky dude there.
It was nice to move out of it.
Always good.
Patient loved Coupe.
Yeah, it's the same. Password 420. I said do that before. What was that? I don't even know what that is. You stumped me there. I still do that with my kids when they do the text shorthand.
Big love, all family.
Something, just letters. I'll run through it in my head, trying to
Figure.
possibilities and shit.
There could be multiple possibilities these days.
I want to learn to play the didgeridoo. I at least want to fuck around with it. I think it'd be fucking fun to get high and just fucking fuck around on the didgeridoo. Just like,
One of my absolute favorites.
my granddad said thank you for the puppy roses. Ah, you're welcome. Very welcome. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Fucking smoking, hanging out on this Monday.
Oh yeah, dude. You been
Looks
doing
like
all
you
right?
lost a bunch of weight, brother.
Looks like what?
Looks like you lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I lost some.
Right on. Looking good, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, just
Been
been.
running?
Huh?
What you been doing?
Let's see. I work out twice a day on the weekdays, and I work out 3 times a day on the weekends. I run in the morning. I stretch a lot in the evening. Get on the rowing machine, and they have this rope pull, and I don't know. That's really all I kind of do. Sundays I do like some lunges and stuff like that with weights outside. But when I run in the morning, I've got like a 35-pound pack on, and like I like sprint when I run. I do the interval thing. Like I'll sprint and then I'll like walk for just a little bit and I'll sprint and I'll walk. I'll just do that for almost 2 miles.
Nice. Oh yeah. It's
Seems to be
working.
working. I was about to say it seems to be working, so that's what I do.
Uh, right on.
Yeah, I know. I lost 120 pounds.
Oh, wow.
That's a real number too. So
Big congrats on that.
Congratulations.
thanks. It's kind of funny at work. I had people being like, "Oh wow, you're getting skinny," and then like a couple months later, and they're like, "You okay?"
I'm not gonna lie, I was questioning it this time. I was
Yeah,
questioning. I was hoping you weren't about to say something else for sure.
yeah. No, they definitely asking. It's like everything all right? Are you well? But it was just it's funny because it's like some of the senior scientists, and I'm like. I've developed some really good rapport with them. So I was just like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. They were legitimately asking.
I think it's just when people don't know the difference between healthy and like that. When people lose a lot of weight, you know what I mean? It's just people are so used to seeing people with a few extra pounds these days, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been taking it too, because it's just kind of like, I mean, yeah, I was bigger. So, for me to come down so much, it's just like you said, it's just people just like one, they're not like used to that. So it's like they have this image in their mind of like who you are. And like when you break that image, it's just like, wait, what? Like this can't be. That's not them. That's not them. They are like this, this means something else. This means that like something's going on. So I don't know. I think that's like kind of what I was trying to tell myself because it's not just her, it's a bunch of people. So it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, you keep hearing this. Maybe you're taking it too far. But I just honestly I ignore it and I just keep going because I'm not even going for like weight. I'm going for like body fat percentage, and I'm trying to just get the body fat off of me. So it's working out so far.
You definitely don't look unhealthy at all. I don't feel like it's been that long since we've seen you. Like, I don't think it's been that
Yeah,
long since you don't look unhealthy, not at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. Just it feels quick.
yeah. I I'm one of those people like where if I'm gonna do something, I do it.
Nothing wrong with that. I
Yeah.
did the same when I started running. The more miles, I went through the same phase. I skinnied right up, and people were like, "You getting a little skinny there, bud." Yeah. I eat like crazy. I eat nonstop, so I just burn a lot. These days, I'm not running. Now I'm chunking on some pounds, just a
There
little
you
bit.
go.
Not a
Nice.
lot.
Yeah. No, it's good to do that. I every 2 months I like slow down a little bit and I'll have like 2, 3 weeks where I'll just eat a little bit more and everything just so it's just like it's not so drastic. And but then like other times I'm on my normal diet and I feel really good, especially when I'm on my normal diet. Like, yeah, I definitely need to have kind of like my pig out days once in a while, but I don't eat anything bad. Um like I just eat like raw vegetables and fruit and like I have like baked chicken and like pork and stuff like that. Like I don't eat any beef, any dairy. I'll eat sushi once in a while. I don't know. And like if I go out to eat, it's to a nice place. So it's like it's either authentic food that's like really fresh or it's like I go out to like a place where it's like they take the extra time and money to make sure like they're putting out really good dishes. So like I don't eat bad at all. And it feels really good when I'm able to just like once in a while, like I said, just kind of eat a little bit more because all I eat is just like extra fruit, extra vegetables. Have like a lot of almonds, cashews, and like macadamia nuts and stuff like that. So
No, no.
Yeah.
What,
So
what you smoking? Are you still
I
smoking? A
yeah.
bag?
Yeah, I have something called Rising Tide 1G.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much are you smoking? Because that's a funny thing that people that smoke always get labeled as, lazy or you know what I mean. But then you see people like yourself that smoking I smoke a lot, but you know, smoking still getting it done, I guess.
Yeah, I smoke throughout the day.
Nice. You smoking
Um
flower?
nah, I don't smoke flower at all.
No,
Not at all.
none.
No.
Eh,
All I do are dabs and carts.
right on.
I for me personally, um flour because like I you're gonna burn it. It's combustible and everything like that. Even if I just smoke it through papers and it's like super clean and I use like really good paper, I will still kind of have like more of like it feels like I have more in the back of my throat and I'll cough more. And the next morning I'll cough and I can see kind of little brown spots in my spit and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like, oh, it's all the burnt stuff from the plant material like on the back of my throat. And when I don't smoke flower, I don't have that. And these things and the dabs and the carts actually like get me to get like a deeper cough when I go to cough. And I have a lung condition where I have like mucus kind of develop in my lungs, and if I don't like cough it up and get it out, it like I can get pneumonia. And it's one of the reasons I really started smoking like weed really heavily in my early 20s because it was just a better expectorant than like what the doctors were giving me. And I only smoked weed probably like once every 2 weeks or something until that point, and then I started smoking it almost daily. And I haven't had pneumonia since I became like a daily smoker. But the thing is that like I told you, I had that stuff in the back of my throat. I was still coughing up some stuff, and I was just like, I can keep doing this, but I can make it cleaner too. And I found out doing dabs and carts like helps me cough it up a lot better, and also just kept it cleaner. So I feel healthier doing it that way personally. That's how my body reacts.
I'm on the other side of that myself. I don't know if it's the age or whatever, but for me, the smoke, the tar that it builds up in my lungs, I think is a softer, more oil-like, and my lungs seem to absorb to where the dabs and stuff, yeah, they do open me up and make me cough, and I get more out, but. If I, like when I noticed when I was running, I could literally smoke joints all day long and it wouldn't affect my running. But if I were doing dabs in that week or whatever, I always felt it high up here in my chest, for at least the first few miles. But I didn't never feel that if I was just smoking joints. But if I was doing dabs, I could feel it up top, and it made me uncomfortable.
See, I don't go for distance or time when I go to run. Like I said, I go for like the interval, the sprint, because I got the pack on. I usually have a beanie on because as I've lost weight, um, I've lost so much weight that like my earbuds will fall out now that you never used to fall out. Now I just like I have more of a cavity there. And so like once I start bouncing around, these things pop out. So I wear a beanie and it goes over my ears and it keeps my earbuds in. And it doesn't matter if it's warm or cool out and stuff, I've got that thing on. And so it just keeps the heat in now. And I had to get used to that, and that's when I kind of had that upper lung kind of feeling up there because I would smoke beforehand and stuff in the heat. Like I get that, but now that I've been able to like work through that and get used to it, I don't really have that anymore, and I can dab and smoke all I want before a run. It was just like a conditioning kind of thing for me. But when I take the pack off and I go for like I go for a timed distance. I'll try 3 miles, and I try to get below 6 minute miles whenever I'm doing it without my pack. And I don't stop. I don't do an interval that time. I just I go for time, like I said. And I can get sub 6 minute miles pretty good. And I'm hurting afterward. That's another time I feel that upper lung thing. That's the only time I don't smoke before I go run, is when I know I'm going to do that. And I that's like me doing like a max out. I only do that every so often.
No, man, that's fucking quick for somebody of your age, our age, under 6 minutes a mile. That's fucking fast. That's moving it, dude. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
I when I was younger and I was in the military, when I first joined, I was hitting like 5 minute miles and stuff like that. That's the real number. And I remember when I was in ROTC, our commander, his name was like Colonel Finnerty or something like that, and that motherfucker was in the Marines for a long time. And when I was in high school and he was retired and he was our ROTC commander, he was doing 5 minute miles. This guy was like 60 something. And I mean, like, he was just smoking everybody. And I just I looked at this guy and I was just like, that's how you got to fucking do it, man. That's how you got to fucking do it. And so, like, I always tried to stay in line with that, but man, I could never keep those times. Even when I was younger and stuff, like when I was like in training and straight out of training, and you're on that like multiple times a day conditioning routine. Yeah, I was able to dip down and do it for a minute, but I wasn't able to maintain that at all. Once I got out of the training environment, I kind of lost it, and now I've kind of like put myself back in kind of like a training situation. So I can get sub sixes, but I don't think I'll ever get back down to what I used to and what that guy was able to do most of his life.
At least you're doing it, man. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, man. After a certain
Yeah.
age, I think all maintenance.
After a certain age, what?
It's all maintenance.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
must.
it definitely is. I turned 40 in a couple days. So I'm like, let's say like last March I decided to start just like, I was like, fuck it. I'm already eating healthy. I just need to eat less and start working out. I just started doing it one day. Just like actually started doing it. And then I started increasing. Now I'm literally like multiple times a day, every day. It's like part of my life. I feel shitty when I skip a workout now. I feel like, oh man, you're a piece of shit. Don't fucking cheat yourself. Blah blah blah. Beat myself up in my mind.
I can relate. I can relate 100%. I'll see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when it hurts, it sucks for me. You're like, I should have went out there and at least tried today.
Yeah.
That's
No, it's I kind of did like a little bit of a pig out evening tonight. I like because yesterday I just was totally off whack. Sorry to change the subject, but like I went out to like Western North Carolina and stuff yesterday and did a bunch of volunteering out there. And it was it's kind of crazy because I've been all over that area for years and years, and like just to like see things that were familiar to me just completely like washed away or have like landslides completely burying it. It was like nuts. I was able to get in a helicopter and you can see like all the mountains and stuff, and they're all kind of like covered with trees, kind of fuzzy like, and then like you just see like all the trees on one side, and all of a sudden it just drops off, and it's just like flat, and it's just like you saw like the side of the mountain just give way and slide away and stuff, and it's just people have no power, they've got no like medical and stuff. It's kind of bad out there. Bees are fucking everywhere. Bees, hornets, and wasps. Everybody's getting stung like a motherfucker because like all the water just washed away all the hives. So all those things, like the second someone opens like a soda can or like a bag of Skittles out of an MRE, all the bees, wasps, and hornets are like flying at them. So it's like it's kind of wild. Yeah, it's kind of wild. But I was only able to be out there for a day. I was able to help like with some of the radio systems and stuff, and some of the radios I was able to get working. They were able to call like National Guard and get some like airlifted supplies into like this place called Little Switzerland, and able to get some of like the elderly and like sick people out of there and stuff. So it was pretty. It felt good to kind of be back in the action a little bit. But I don't know. It just like felt good to kind of like do something that mattered, you know, like helping people out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. See you for that shit, man. That's awesome.
But I'm
Hey,
trying to oh yeah. No,
okay.
I'm trying to get back out there later this week. Looks like there's another storm kind of headed for the southeast, and it's definitely might not hit like the area directly on, but there's going to be more rain, and there's already still like some of the valleys up there still got water trapped in it. Um, I initially volunteered my services because I did like commercial diving and I did like underwater burning, and I figured, hey man, there's a bunch of twisted metal up there from all the washouts. You know, they're definitely gonna need people to cut some like large grade steel. So I was trying to see if like they needed that, and in helping and offering that service, I was able to go do that other stuff. I guess I'm kind of on standby still for that because the relief efforts still aren't finished. It's going to be a thing for a long time. Something I kind of already started to propose to people is that, you know, relief supplies will end, and probably towards the end of winter time more so, because like I said, this thing's going to persist and be a thing for a long time. Like whole towns are gone in the area. Like they'll never get their livelihoods back. A lot of people are going to have to relocate out of the area because they lost their property, and they're going to take a loss. It's going to be a giant land grab in the area. But the people that'll stay and like all the empty land now, you got to think like there's a need for food security out there, and if you're sitting there relying on just like supplies that come in wrappers and stuff like that, you're just going to continue to build up like a problem because there's no trash being picked up out there. Something I notice is every piece of equipment and everything that's coming in is either on a pallet wrapped in plastic. It's an MRE box and a bag, and you have the boxes and you have the bags, and the trash is piling up so fast out there, so fast. You need to come up with a solution to, one, get that trash out, but two, create a food security for the people that are there that doesn't require all this like excess like just waste, and being able to use that land that is now just has all the washout soil and what is that silt that got deposited from like everywhere else. Like there's a bunch of rich nutrients up there. There's a bunch of vegetation that just got poured into the soil. All that's going to rot over the over the winter time. Get out there, till it up, put a cover crop on that thing, get it ready, get some hoop houses going, get some like little seedlings going, germinated like later on this winter, get them ready for the planting season. So once you get the first warm days, you get all the people that live out there planting in all those areas that you tilled up, and get their food going and have them be responsible for their own food security and put them back to work, because there's a lot of the jobs are gone out there. Like a lot of industry and infrastructure is just gone. So it's just like these people, like the aid will stop one day, and getting a program going that like helps them get them in charge of their own food security, that brings them out as a community united together. I think like that's a plan that like I've been trying to push. A lot of people are more so in response mode, but I was just like, we need to have a plan that makes people make a proactive plan, something that's not reactive like we are right now. So it's just, I don't know, I'm trying to get that going. I'm talking to like some of the universities, some of the people like I know, some of the scientists I work with for the big ag company I work at. So I'm running stuff up flagpoles and shit right now. I'm trying to work on that.
Pretty impressive, man. I can't imagine having, whole life, whole town, disappear and shit and just having to start over and just, yeah. I've had to, start over in life in general, but I couldn't imagine if I had to start over in my surroundings, just the basic surroundings were fucked up too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's bad enough to start over, but when everything around you's gone too,
Hmm.
wow, I can't even fucking imagine where to
Nothing.
start.
Yeah, nothing to lean on. Absolutely nothing to lean on. And then you just have some strangers like literally walk in from the edge of town through the woods, and then they get on a radio and they clear out find a clear area and they call in a helicopter and they just like get off and they're like, "Hey, what do you guys need?" And the only thing they do is bring like a pallet of boxes that you have to split amongst everybody and then they leave. That's where it's at right now for some of these towns. That's all the support that they're getting, and the little bit of need that they have, they got to split between a couple hundred people in the town.
So,
Yeah, the sad part is how many people were kind of like it's not a rich area in some of these areas, and how many people were day to day and like were on insulin and didn't get it, and now it's like, okay, I hate to say it because like it's not something like you want to like talk about, but it's a real situation. The number two items that are requested out there, number one are EpiPens because of all the stings and stuff going on. Everybody's getting stung. Number two request, because like I said, with the whole limited access to like insulin and stuff like that, the number two request, body bags. So it is. So like there was an old people's kind of hospice home area, and they lost power, and you can imagine what that was like. I definitely saw all the bags from that place because there was probably only like two people out of like a home of like 70 something people that like survived that.
Oh.
So
yeah.
it's kind of like how things were a couple years ago, how the numbers are. They're like only 60 or 70 people died from the actual storm itself, from the storm itself, That's the number that they have right now. The missing number is in the thousands because like there's stories that you hear of like people on the phone, like with their parents and like, hey, I'm gonna go check on my next door neighbor and stuff. And like they were on the phone, and that's the last, and like they hung up, and that was the last time anybody heard of them. So they got like washed away.
Wow.
40 trillion gallons of water fell in this on like Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee.
Wow.
40 trillion gallons. That's a real number. That's not an exaggeration.
That's insane. That's
insane.
Wow.
So that's kind of like what they're dealing with. So it's just so weird. Like it's close to home. It's like places like I kind of like went that like our core childhood memories for like I'd go there like once or twice a year and stuff. Like Chimney Rock, it's gone, man. It's fucking gone. Bat Cave, it's gone. Those are like two like little like mountain towns that I used to go camp out in when I was like a kid. And I was just talking to a couple people and like they're showing me some pictures and it's just the towns are buried. They're just off. They're not even on the map anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so completely sad.
Yeah, sorry to like bring the tone down. It's a thing that kind of needs to be talked about because it's going on right now. So if anybody like knows anybody in like Western North Carolina and like like any access to like EpiPens specifically, but then like it's when I was there yesterday morning, it's kind of chilly. They need like propane heaters, camp stoves. They need blankets and winter supplies because a lot of people like they might have survived, but their home could have gotten washed away and everything that they have. So like they're about to go in the winter without anything.
So is it the type of bee that is the threat, or is it that many people that are allergic?
It's not even the fact that people are allergic, it's that they're getting stung so many times. Like I said, like if they smell sugar, they are on it. Like their habitat is completely destroyed. All the vegetation they're used to going and getting their like nectar from and everything right now, it's all dead. All it's like you go up there and all you can smell is rotting vegetation and trash.
Wow.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that when I say that number of like water, you just don't realize how much stuff just got washed off, like the normal like flora and fauna that you find like hanging in the trees and off the sides of trees and on the forest floor. It's all gone, man. It's all gone. It's all washed away. So all you can smell is like that rot of vegetation up there. And it's just there is no habitat. Like you have like animals and stuff like that. They're just wandering all over the place. Like their whole everything is fucked. Everything.
That's insane.
Yeah, like it's just you come across like animals in the woods and like they don't even register you, like wild animals. They just like look, they're in shock. They're in shock and they're just like wandering about in their path and everything. It's like predators and like deer and squirrel. Like it's just dude, they're not acting normal. Let's put it that way.
How could you? How
Yeah.
could you after something like that?
It hit hard, man. It hit hard. I was seeing satellite imagery. They had, how you can see like actually I've got a screensaver on my TV. Um there we go. How you have like the lights and the camera view where it highlights like the city lights and everything from the overhead view. They had a view like that um over the southeast. And they showed like before Helen and then they showed after it. And there's this giant dark spot like over like southern Virginia, eastern Tennessee, northern Georgia, and western North Carolina, like that whole area right there, just completely blacked out. Like it looked like North Korea from space, just complete dark spot on the map.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just like it's still like that out there. There's just no power. There's all the cell phone towers and like satellite towers and stuff. They're all gone. They're all fucking damaged and shit. Yeah, no, just
Well, that's one thing people don't realize. I worked on a lot of the cell towers for a good part of a year, and all these towers are fucking battery backups.
yep,
Some of them have, some companies have rights to a diesel like generator, but most of those heads on that tower run on battery backup, and they are only good for like 8 to 10 hours once they lose the power. And once the batteries are down, power don't come back on, the tower's dead. It's dead. Your
yeah,
shit ain't, you know what I mean? If you're down for like a week or so, your cell phone ain't gonna be worth shit. For you know what I mean?
yeah, and that's why like setting up these radio networks up there is in particularly like helpful because like I said, we were able to call the NC National Guard and get a Chinook to come drop supplies right behind this hotel, and it's just like until we got there, they didn't have an ability to make that call. And it's just like it's just crazy to me. It's just like, damn, like I just decided to come out here one day and like all these guys that are like you got a bunch of Green Berets and Marine Force Recon guys coming from Bragg and coming from Camp Lejeune and shit like that, and they're helping out and everything. But um I will say like it's just interesting. Just seeing that like volunteer effort is making more of a difference than kind of like the government effort. And I hate to say this, but like I saw like DHS guys like pretty much jacking supplies from volunteers and taking it and putting it in like warehouses and like zip tying the guys while they fucking took their supplies. So
Well, fucking government, usually just uses these situations to fucking vote in shit that takes more rights away. I mean,
yeah,
that's what we've seen historically. FEMA, fucking Patriot Act, fucking anytime something bad happens, we go fucking 10 steps back in the name of good.
yeah, and it doesn't matter what party it is because I know a bunch of people are like, oh, fucking Democrats and stuff, and I was just like, no, dude, like I remember during hurricane relief when I was active duty seeing bullshit like this too, and that was Bush, in office when that was happening, and it was just kind of like this transcends party lines. The problem is the politicians. The absolute problem is them. And like I don't know. We just need to find a way to take people like that out of the equation because there's no hiring requirements for people like that, and people that seek power are not the people that need power.
I agree.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't know, but I that was my Sunday and stuff. But Saturday, this earlier this month, my daughter turned 3, and so I took her out, turned her mom out to a dinner on Saturday and stuff. Like we went to a really nice restaurant, and then they had this what is it a candlelit concert of a string quartet, and they were playing like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter's music. And so I took her to that, and like we had a nice little time. She's so sweet. She like every time the song was done, she was so excited to clap and stuff. And she like, just loved live music. It was her first live music.
Nice. Fucking get as many of those moments as you can, man. That goes by so fast, so fast.
Yeah, yeah. She's a smart one. I'm trying to stay involved as much as I can and like trying to show her like how she should be treated and how people should treat her mom and stuff like that. Take them out and stuff like to a nice place, to a nice time. Like the place we went to for a restaurant and the thing and the activity we went to, everybody was like dressed up. So she was like over there, like she loves to people watch, especially like adults. And she was like watching all of them and seeing how they were acting, seeing how they're dressed. I was like, yes, I wanted you to have this exposure and I wanted you to see all this stuff because I'm hoping you'll remember these things as like core memories and be like, that's how I should be treated. That's how people should act. So
Super
fingers crossed.
awesome.
We'll see.
Yeah, I took mine out for dinner last week. My youngest, 21, just turned 21. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 3 turns into 21 in a blink of an eye.
Hell yeah, man.
It does, man. Get
I
all,
mean,
so all those moments, yeah, man.
I'm trying. She's already a little adult. She's 3. She's in kindergarten already. She's in private school in the gifted program, and I've got her a private tutor as well. The tutor comes and picks her up in the morning. They go in the library before school and they do like lessons and stuff. And then the tutor's with them throughout the day because she's in a gifted class at a Thales private school, and she's like 13 kids in the class, I think, total. And everybody else she's the youngest one. So the tutor's there to kind of like help out because there's a couple things where she lacks clearly because she's so young, but her mind is like so far ahead of where like her body kind of like development's at that like we have to have someone kind of like watch her. That was the agreement to have her be this young in this class. She's already on track to be in some of the first grade stuff at the end of the year.
That's awesome, man. That's
Super
super
smart.
awesome.
Yeah, super smart. So like, not saying
Encourage
it's a,
all of it. If there's a
exactly.
spark there, encourage it. That's
I
what I
I
say
am
to that.
I am burning all my cash doing just that, Eagle. I am burning all my cash doing just that.
Money well spent. It really is.
It is. And I'm not trying to push her. I'm just giving her the tools that she is taking up on her own and doing at her own speed. No one's pushing her. Like she lives her life the way she wants to. I've already come to the conclusion like, damn, I don't have to worry about this one. She's gonna drive the ship. Like
All right.
see, well, no, dude, her nickname is the General. She's on our shit and her shit better than we are. She's like, oh, don't forget to do this. We got to do that. She like lists off all our stuff better than we could for our day for us. And we're like, damn, it's like she's a force of nature.
Congrats, man. Congratulations.
Hey, like I said, that's all her. Like, congratulate her. I just happen to be there. That's all.
Oh, yeah. How's work going?
Work is work. Work's good.
All
Work's
right.
good.
I'll take that. Right on, right on.
Yeah, work has its own.
Where?
It has its. Huh?
Where?
I mean, I work in big ag biotech, so like I don't
Well, I
want to
mean,
say.
I remember like basically the company, but I was like wondering if you were working in a certain region or something like that.
Uh, southeast. I'm in North Carolina, so
Right.
yeah. But they have
You do a
multiple.
lot of traveling for it? You do a lot of
No,
traveling out of
no,
state?
not out of state. There's two sites like pretty close to each other around here, and like I've gone to the other site probably 4 times now, and that's about it. That was just like do some like extra work. They need a couple extra hands doing stuff like chill water plant, cleaning it and everything. So I don't know. It's it's cool. Some of like the studies and everything that they're doing, it's slow growing. I mean, it's breeding and stuff like that. So it's just like they're going through like different variations and different experiments and different assays, doing like you got these T0s that we're going through right now, and that's like the biggest thing. And like they're messing around with like corn rootworm and a couple other bugs and stuff. So I don't know. It's just same studies. It just takes a couple of years to get through the studies, and it's like I've been working on the same study since I got there. The T0 is like the newest thing I'm working on. So working with some of the geneticists and doing like quantitative genetics with them. So I don't know, just it's work.
Right on, right on. Any changes in your cannabis dreams there? You still got well, helping hand in the gardening. I don't want to pin you to anything.
No, I don't have my hands like in anything grow outside of like crop science and like big ag. So that's why I was just like, yeah, this is where I live because I'm it's not that I'm not like okay, I'm not really in the industry, but it's like I'm in the same kind of like I'm in agriculture, so it falls in the same kind of division and stuff. And the thing is that I feel for what I'm trying to go for in my career, this was a transition that was planned many years ago for me. Um, I personally loved where I came from and how I got started into it. I just saw what I was interested in a long time ago, and that's why I've like made this transition over to this the side of things, because I'm probably gonna end up going back to school. I'll either stay with this company or move to another one. The region I'm in is basically the new Silicon Valley, except like I'm in a huge agriculture state, and they're into like automation and being able to integrate AI machine learning into the automated like hydroponic farming and stuff like that. So I'm working with a bunch of stuff that is like going to put me further into that. Anything that's going to put me towards like kind of the bleeding edge of the technology is where I'm going to be at. The goal I have personally is if I can work on something that is either already up in space or will be in space or helps understand something in space, like into the whole astrobotany realm, I just want to be a part of like what's about to happen, because the whole like automated sector, agriculture sector for like farming and like environmental systems integrations and operations and stuff like that, that's that's the future of like the cutting edges of like the agriculture industry, is being able to apply those sciences and designs in a zero G to like lower than Earth gravity situation. So either on space stations, on Moon, on Mars, stuff like that. I want to be part of that. So this was a move to get closer to those goals.
So, what all do you think, and how quickly do you think AI will be bringing improvements to agriculture? I mean, is it looking for basically just nutrient deficiencies, or is it looking at overall plant health, but IPM problems? Where is AI at in like the agricultural world right now?
So it's funny you mentioned that. I've been looking at this one company. I'm gonna refrain from saying what company it is, just because like I'm trying to have dealings with them at the moment. Um, Everything you just said, managed completely, 100% managed by AI, by cameras, being individual cameras around above each plant site, measuring surface leaf temperature, being able to study the internodal structure of each plant and give suggestions on like how to prune it to optimize growth potential and stuff like that. Being able to take like what is it use lidar and it's like movements and positioning, and then use FLIR, infrared, and stuff like that, and be able to see what the temperature, the microclimate is between the leaves and everything. So it's pretty advanced what they can do. And then on top of that, they already have like a system where they'll remove the plant, put it on a conveyor, harvest the plant straight from the pots, and then it'll separate them, it'll clean the plant up, and then it'll immediately like box it up in like plastic ready for shipment and sale, within like 2 seconds of being harvested.
Hmm. That's a little different than where I thought you were going with that. Because as you're sitting here talking about it, I'm wondering what do you know as how does AI decide what lives or dies? You know what I mean? Well, like when it's getting attacked, when does it say, it ain't worth the effort, let's just fucking kill it, the pressures are too much, just fucking wipe it out, you know what I mean?
That
Or
that
is
would
it,
be
does
its
it
yeah.
is it literally like a head that comes out and it just like spins the nozzle like a car wash? Soap, fucking wax, you know what I mean? It's like neem, fucking whatever it needs. It just spins and sprays the plant for whatever pressure.
No,
No?
no, it's not. It doesn't come in like that. The whole thing is like the IPM monitoring can be done by the AI, and then suggestions can be made. Like the whole
Basically
like
still.
yeah, the whole like what you're suggesting is like you're applying like mechatronics, i.e. robotics to it and stuff, where where you have like machine application of IPM regiments and stuff. That's out there. That's just not where you're thinking it's at yet. Everybody seems to think that, it's like we can make Terminators these days, and it's just like, no, that can't even happen. Like us being able to like have a power cell for something that independently move around, that like supports its own weight and does its own functions, is very minimal. Like you can only achieve that for like an hour or two, and what those things can do is very limited at this point too. Being able to have like machines, like when I was piloting ROVs or remote operated vehicles, underwater drones, they've got the arms and the claws and everything. We call them manipulators. The most advanced ones I saw was when I was working. I did a contract with NASA, and I was working in the neutral buoyancy lab, and they had like ones where you put gloves on, and like they had like actual like hands, and like your hand like did everything, like everything your hand did, the manipulator did. But the thing is that you were restrained to the shape and formation and the bend and control of those actual things. So it's like it's not like your actual tactile function, how you can like twist and roll and stuff like that. They like you go to do it, and it's just like it's very kind of mechanical and stuff. So like being able to have those fine-tuned motor skills to like manicure the plants properly and stuff like that, it's not there for robotics yet. You still need to have like a person come through and like put hands on plants eventually at some stage to apply the IPM, to apply the beneficials and stuff like that, you know. But a lot of what they're trying to do in these situations is definitely like have like clean room type environments. I don't know what happened. I guess he's back.
So how much more does this add to like an indoor grow as far as like say power consumption and stuff like that? From everything that I've seen, even the biggest and best, like say like the lime projects and stuff like that in Abu Dhabi, I think we talked about that at one point, where they have like the layered grows and stuff like that. And I think the power consumption is too great to actually be feasible in the long run right now, anyways, right? So, how much more draw does, like, say, adding AI and more cameras and stuff like that add to the power consumption or overall draw over growth?
I mean, it's interesting you said that because like the way these guys are trying to do it is they're trying to do vertical rack in it. Hello?
I can hear you. Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
Internet.
No, man, it's all good.
Well,
I get it. So yeah, what I
uh,
was saying is like it's interesting you say that because like they have vertical rack farming racks that they're doing for their integration processes with all these systems that they developed. And in that, they're not using kind of like how cannabis industry is using bar lights. It's just like more light, more throw, more spectrum. They've got optics on them. And the thing is that they're using like smaller kind of light and stuff. And so their heat being generated is less. The amount of light they need is a little bit less because they have enough of these little lights kind of going that it's just enough. It's enough for what they need for their purposes to grow what they need. Uh, because of the optics, because of them burning at certain percentages and doing light spectrum recipes with their own lights, they're able to bring the light energy consumption levels down to a point where they can compensate and use what a normal facility does power wise and implement all these extra systems in the process. So AI is in that respect like power efficiency the AI is managing and doubling their kind of like output, their ability for output in the system. So they can double the yield for the same power that most facilities do. That's like one of the big grabs on this technology.
That's pretty fucking amazing. Do you think that, as we go, like you were talking about heading towards space with some of this stuff, will we be talking, will solar powered gardens be possible? Will we be able to bank enough power to make these grows work? Or will it have to be, will we have to wait until we become like more 0 point technology to make some of this shit happen?
I don't know necessarily how to answer that one without like, there's just too many variables on that one. That's a big question. That's good. It takes like a lot of smarter people than me to answer that. I will say that we obviously know how important kind of like semiconductors are, but the thing is that semiconductors take like a really pure quartz crystal along with solar panels, and being able to like kind of progress both those technologies simultaneously is what's like is the drive right now, because the purer the quartz and the kind of better it is, the more efficient these things are. And I've seen like some of these solar panels that they're able to like take this quartz and make it into this roll and this filament and stuff, and it's like they can put it on tiles on your ceiling or on your roof, like the actual roof itself, like the shingles on your roof are the solar panels and stuff. Like some of these like companies are making that. So I don't know like how efficient those solar panels are, or if they how much of like the pure quartz they use, but like again, that kind of quartz is the thing that is driving like the efficiency towards like how much power a single panel can output and convert solar power into energy.
I've heard about the shingles that could produce uh, power like that. And you think that at one point the like windows and shit on skyscrapers will be, just the window capability alone will power the buildings?
Yeah, no, that's actually like one of the things they're trying to do with that like filament roll that I was just talking about. It's like they're trying to put those things on all like the windows on the sides of like buildings and stuff, so that like you can still like look out the window and it be like this solar absorbent power conversion panel.
I was watching this thing about LED lights not so long ago, and what they were mats. So they were translucent mats that you could roll out in series and plug together, and then they became pretty much like the giant fucking TVs you seen on the side of buildings and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're pretty fucking cool, and they seem like super easy to like work with and install. Like technology is like crazy cool these days, and what you can fucking do.
Oh yeah. No, we're honestly, it's so ridiculous to see how infrastructure is falling apart right when we're getting so advanced.
Right. So do you think as that's just gonna leave room for the next amazing big boom? That's because, as you're saying, infrastructures are falling apart. So now we'll be able to replace with like this amazing new shit that's gonna fucking just blow minds away and shit, because we're not gonna be, we're not used to that huge step ahead and shit, or the groundwork we're laying for the next big leap ahead.
Yeah, like just to put things into perspective, one of the towns that was affected by this hurricane is Spruce Pines, North Carolina. And going back to that quartz that we were just talking about, they mine the purest quartz in the world to make semiconductors there. That is literally the most important town, city, place on the planet, because they have the most important resource on the planet. which is that high purity quartz. And the fact is, the mine's down right now, and if it's down for too long, it's going to affect the entire global economy. And yeah, there's no other resource on the planet that has such a stranglehold on the globe on for like economic repercussions like that. Like, and it's just such a small resource. Like, someone was writing about it in a book 2019 and stuff, and now that it's actually like been affected, it's kind of a big deal. The last time, just put it into perspective, like why it's such a big deal. The last time the semiconductor supply chain was interrupted was when we thought, like a year or two ago, like China was about to invade Taiwan. Because Taiwan makes semiconductors and has the biggest supply. When the global supply chain for it was interrupted, China was like, "Oh, fuck this! We're gonna go get our own semiconductors. We know where they're at." So, yeah, people get squirrely when you choke put a stranglehold on those on that resource right there. So just kind of point it out and stuff like that.
Well, everything's based off of some type of fucking electronics right now, and if fucking electronics can't, have the heart of the system, yeah, that fucks everything up. Cheers, Modern.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. I think you hear me. I'm muted or not, but cheers.
Cheers, we can hear you.
Yep.
I'm doing some watering right now, so.
Nice. But yeah, technology is like crazy advanced, like where it's at. There's a company in the Netherlands that's starting to compete with the God, I can't remember the name of the semiconductor company out of Taiwan. That's the big one. But apparently, like in Northern Europe, they're making better semiconductors than them. It took like they did like 20 years of R&D to get to this point. They just like threw good money after bad for years and years until they actually got it down. And it's just interesting, like we were talking about, just we're having such like kind of like a renaissance with like technology, but everything is just like we're at a point where it's just like it's a tipping point, man. It's so weird. I just like it feels like it's so bad and downing to talk about it, but it's just so relevant in your face every day.
So when we talk about and passing information through them. But these days we're realizing that they contain power themselves. I mean, they've been powering like watches and shit forever. You put them under pressure and they do actually put out, electrical charge. So is there something about it? Can they be used to be put?
We lost Eagle. So what's up, Modern?
I'm watering right now.
What you got growing right now?
Mixing up something special for them.
What is it?
Mixing up something special for my plants.
Oh, okay, nice. What plants do you have growing in there right now?
I've got golden goat in there. I got black monster. I got little rascals. I got orange chiffon and cowboy cake.
How's cowboy cake? Have you had that yet?
Yeah, that's pretty fire.
Nice.
Those right there were all my keeper strains. Those all
Nice.
been phenoed out. Those are all everything I got was gone here. Let me see. Show you a little bit. That's the other side of the garden now. The block monsters are big girls. They all look beautiful. All
Oh
doing
yeah,
good.
man. Oh yeah.
Yes, they do.
I basically I start off with reverse osmosis water, so I got stripped water, and then I put the nukes that I want in there, so it has my regimen, not what just comes out of tap. Now my stuff's
Mhm.
really light, but it's a regiment that I want, stuff that I want in there, which you'd get from tap water, but I want specific things in there, not other things I don't want. But I got the stuff I want in there. Plus a lot of amendments. Put a lot of amendments.
Oh yeah.
What type of amendments do you use, Modern? I don't know if he can hear us.
I can hear you.
Okay, that makes me feel better. So, anyways, what I was saying about the crystals, anyway, before I cut out, do you think, because we know they put out electrical charge, do you think that if we put them under pressure because they need to be under pressure to emit electrical charge, do you think if under pressure we put electricity to them that it would super amplify the amount of electricity coming out?
um, Not sure. Not sure at all. When it comes to that type of stuff, I'm not sure how the courts kind of will react to any of that. I'm not sure like what they do. All I know is that they like make it super thin for like semiconductors and for solar panels. Um, yeah, good question, Eagle. Good question. I don't know how to answer it.
No worries. Fucking and we've talked to people, a lot of people in the past about actually putting crystals in the soil. Same kind of reasons. I was always curious that if the plant's roots wrapping and squeezing the crystals was kind of the same type of thing. Them enjoying the frequency or charge from squeezing the little pieces of crystal in the soil.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. The only thing I know about putting electrical charges into the soil is about being able to like uh herd worms around in the soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put low charge and like kind of if you got a soil bed or you got like worms like what is it making worm castings and stuff like that. If you got those like layered pots, you can put like a little probe that's got like low voltage and you can make them like crawl up and away from it so that you can like separate the castings away from like everything else. That way you're not like taking worms out of the environment. You like you herded them out of there, out of that pasture into the next one.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I what was it? It was Ohio State University was the people that were like doing like the experiments. That's where the white paper I read about being able to put like what frequencies of like amperage and voltage that they put into it before they ended up frying the little wrigglers, you know? So you're like reading this paper and you're like, these college kids are sitting there fucking electrocuting fucking worms. And you just like read it and you can like read between the lines like, these fools like fried a bunch of little worms. So
Yeah,
that was funny, but like it's cool to be able to like, that information is out there, and if you like take it, you can use it for like your own purposes, because um I forgot what they were doing, but it wasn't like to like it wasn't to like force their movement or anything like that. I forget. You can find the paper out there, but it's online someplace. I probably have it saved in a link someplace too. But it's pretty interesting. And what I was obviously my applications were to like my idea to apply it was to like be able to get the worms to go from like one section of a garden bed or like worm casting like development to another. And they literally had like all the voltages and like and everything listed that you would need to do it with. All you need to do is like rig it up and get an O scope and tune your power.
definitely a lot of interesting stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I still listen to a lot of like non-cannabis books, just books about plants and stuff like that, and it blows my mind the shit that I've learned. Just like we talk about how plants communicate all the time, through roots and stuff like that, and they're the same type of talks that we have, but they've got more scientific backup for uh for what they're saying there. Shit, I actually seen a thing the other day I thought was pretty fascinating about popple trees being able to spread, kind of like a mycelium. I've heard of a lot of trees like banyan trees are pretty amazing trees that kind of branch out and then drop down root and create their own little maze. But it's only one tree that can take up like a city block. But in this case, it was the popple tree that would the root would spread out and then it would pop up what looked like another sapling, a new tree. And a lot they when they were the scientists went into this forest and seen all these so similar popple trees, they figured that somebody had went in and planted them or seeded this whole thing. But when the further they looked, it was all one giant root system. Same tree being spread out, popped up, spread out, popped up. They covered, it was like 40 acres or something like that. It was
Damn.
super impressive. Yeah, but it's amazing. Nature's fucking amazing. No
Oh
doubt
yeah.
about it.
I think there's something to like I've seen people plug into like the mushrooms and the roots, and like they turn the electrical signals into tones and notes and like have their own music and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen people do that with like plants, but they stab into the side of the plant or into the root structure or into the mushroom cap or the stem, and they're able to detect these signals, and they translate the signals into tones and frequencies. And once a pulse goes off on the electrical signal, it's just like it's a key, like a certain frequency is a certain key, and so it sounds like somebody's like sitting there playing a keyboard once every tone comes in and stuff. And I think that's cool and that's pretty anecdotal, but there's something to being able to analyze those frequencies and being able to monitor them and like see what frequencies are generated during optimal growth patterns, and being able to like detect and read that is, I think, a vector that you can use as like telemetry and a data point in your reports.
Well, I've definitely seen some shit about AI. Well, this is one flip flop on you a little bit here. I've seen some shit on AI that could already hear a plant, like the audible frequencies of a plant, and could tell where like that plant's stressed from pests or whatever. That's kind of why I was asking you about the AI earlier. But they could already tell, like, a plant's like scream for water and whatever. It was super freaky. But yes, I have had Jake from Midnight Roots has been on several times, and he was the first one that brought it to my attention that he was taking alligator clips and clipping onto the cannabis plant and hooking it into this thing, and then had it hooked to a keyboard, and then he had it attributed to a musical instrument, so the oboe, and he was doing like different parts of the clip on different parts of the plant, and they were different frequencies, or you know what I mean, different pulses.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be even different strains had different pulses, even in the cannabis plant. And what if you go back and watch one interview that we do, a because we had already talked about this one other time, and I had asked him about crystals and stuff, if he was using crystals with the plant. And he was like, "Yeah, as a matter of fact." And he brings out this plant that was in what we call, and we would fucking put the things on it, and it doesn't really react that much. And but you knew it seemed like it knew, like we were talking about it, because it started to wake up a little bit. And then I asked him if he had crystals, and then as soon as he dropped the crystals at the base of the plant, it went cuckoo with the first, what it was doing. But the more we talked about it, the more it became aware and making more noise as we talked about it. It was pretty cool. But what I said back to him at that point was to take
Wah, wah.
You fall out.
Yeah, I fell out again.
assign,
There
assign
you
each
go.
great instrument. Sorry about that. And make like a little plant radio station,
Nice.
basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Modern.
We were just talking about how you dropped off again, was all. I went wah
Yeah,
wah, and he was like, "You dropped out again?" I was like, "Yep, he did."
yeah, shitty internet. But yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff for sure. I thought maybe if you do something like that and you let it stream into other people's plant rooms, maybe it would stimulate plant growth, like just like
So
music does.
yeah, no, the thing is like when you're talking about like that, that should just be like, get your conditions and get everything dialed in, and then like that's your focus, is that aspect. Using sensors to collect that type of data and stuff like that, and refining that, because that's not something that people are looking for in production. Maybe at some point it can be applied for production, but that's more of a specialty. Like, we're gonna do studies on this, like that needs to be fleshed out a lot more. To be frank, what you're looking for production wise is rock solid solutions, like bulletproof solutions, stuff like that. Like, this is a new type of sensor, but this is why you have it and why you need it. And it's going to save you this much money and help your plant optimization and all that stuff. So, like, justification for some of these things needs to really be there. The payoff for people, like for you and me, like, yeah, we would nerd out on that shit and be like, yeah, we fucking need it. but but it's just like, when you got someone that's gonna have to buy like 1,000 of these things, it's like, do I really need that? you know
Right.
so production sites, like, yeah, you want to think like they're gonna go and they're gonna have like all the like fancy stuff, but they could potentially have the fancy stuff, but like I said, it's gotta be bulletproof and it's gotta be worth it for the ROI.
You think audible stuff plays any part in the plant's happiness? Could you like Sonic Bloom? You ever heard of the Sonic Bloom?
I mean, I've heard. Okay, so like, yes, I've heard of like being able to apply like radio frequencies and like a different megahertz and all that type of stuff, like using sound bowls and crystals and all that stuff.
Or
There's
what
even
about
this one,
even just like nature noises, animals, and like the wind
yeah,
blowing, like
like
that?
thunderstorms and stuff like that, and simulating thunderstorms. Like I've heard it all, like even with like light applications, like where they have the storm cloud kind of effect. Like, oh my God, like so dumb. And like some of that stuff is dumb. Some of it you think would be applicable and the plant would react. Be amazed at like how much of that the plant could give a shit. Like as long as it's getting water, as long as it's getting food, as long as the temperature is regulated in a way that it can endure and thrive in, all those little stressors, they could do without it, you know, because they have their own stresses to deal with. Like, you know, like, yeah, they have a nice, like, clean, bougie little life, but, you know, more money, more problems, bro.
Right on. I enjoy the raw nutrients there, mine too. They're good shit. Do you use the whole line or choose from the line?
Knock, knock. Louder. Knock, knock.
I'm going back.
You can only try to be inclusive for so long before it starts to get annoying.
uh, uh,
Sorry.
fuck. Have you ever ran them? You ever used the raw nutrients?
I
Body
have.
rate,
I
advice.
actually have. I have met Harley too.
Have you? That
Oh
would be
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, I've met Harley a bunch of times actually. Me and him like really talk about like being able to like look at the bricks and those like God, what are those fucking things? Those brewers kind of like microscope things that you use. You crush the leaf up and you look and you put it on a little glass and you measure the sugars.
Right on.
Yeah, and it's being able to measure the bricks, and that's something like I personally like kind of focus on in when I was doing kind of cannabis because like I think the being able to measure your bricks, there's a direct correlation in being able for your oil and resin production.
Overall health. I mean,
Not
knowing what.
not just that, you're right, 100% overall health, but I believe
Yeah.
specifically for like being able to produce rosin and stuff like that, I think like your bricks count is like a huge factor.
It's what, 12 to 14 for cannabis, something like that. Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just also depends on like your strain and what you're trying to do and like how you've done it. That's why I always harped so heavily on being able to get that grow kashi stuff because that shit makes your bricks count explode.
So, can we, is that one of the reasons why, like, we, adding molasses, is that like a cheater? You know, a way to up your sugar content in your plants, your bricks levels, or a healthier brick level, or better sugar than some of the shit it can source?
I haven't really kind of heard it put as like a cheater kind of way, but it's a good way to describe it. It's a way to kind of just like force
At
it
some
to.
point, I heard somebody they told me, if you supplemented too much sugar through the root system, the plant would get fucking lazy and weak and not necessarily just
Yes,
like you know what I mean? It wouldn't want to put out as much of its own sugars because it was taking up.
exactly. And that's why putting it in a probiotic formula like the Grokashi was so successful because it made a more symbiotic relationship with the plant and how the plant uptook and processed sugar. It gave it a direct fungus and being it within the rhizosphere to work in tandem with the roots to be able to process that specific aspect.
Mhm. I've always liked to, and I heard somebody else saying, I think it was Max Powers talking about the benefits of micro or adding molasses to the plant soil. I think it was IPM, overall IPM of the plant for one reason or another. But uh, I've always thought adding molasses had tons of benefits for the plant. Overall turf production, it just seems to made my plants happier. Not in large doses, but a small amount every time. You know what I mean? Just have a little bit there every watering, but not a
Yeah,
lot.
no, I agree with that. Something like I've done personally in my own life, because like I like to recognize like plant health and human health. Like there's a huge kind of correlation in my mind to it, you know.
It's,
And I've gotten rid of sugars in my own life. And I was kind of thinking what the alternatives I've gone to, would those be applicable to plants? And something I do is coconut sugar and coconut palm sugar and agave and honey and stuff. And like I've already used honey in cultivation, like for cloning. I use like aloe, honey, and um god damn it, I can't remember it right now. It'll come to me. But I used like three things and like that.
as well.
Huh?
I thought cinnamon good for the cloning process as well.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard that one. I don't know. It's been a long day, long couple days, and I'm tired,
Yeah.
so I can't really remember it. But anyway, I don't know. I'll probably like text. Yeah, I'll probably think of it. I'll probably think of it like in the shower in the morning. Be like, God damn it, you know. So, but yeah, I was just thinking like, you know, like what if you were able to like apply like the coconut sugars and see if you get like the same results or better results that you would with like the molasses and stuff like that and the other sugars that I've used. Because like yeah, malted sugars and like molasses and all that stuff, it's all good and grand. It's like definitely been widely used, but like I said, I'd want to try like alternative sources and see if it was
Right.
like actually cleaner.
Turbo, like the yellow crystals of sugar, you know what I mean, instead of
Yeah,
molasses, and had pretty good they seem to respond pretty well off of that as well. I seen Midwest Outlaws was saying in chat adding too much molasses can make the microbes lazy as well, and I could probably see that. One thing I just before we get like I take us too far off track here is it fucking blows me away. Uh the roll sugar, you know what I mean? We're always told how bad it is, how bad it is, how bad it is, how bad it is. And trust me, I'm with you on the sugar. Um but it seems to be a key part of life. All life. Sugar.
100%.
You know, and it blows me away where we find it in the uses of, it in the life cycle process. But like I'm with you though. I'm finding the better I feel, it's the more, well, it's back to what you're saying. It's the sources of sugar. Um,
Yes.
I'm finding aches and pains when I like go on my little benches and shit like that. I find my body hurts. It's bad as physical workouts. If I go on a sugar bench, I find my joints and shit ache as bad as if I were to go out and run and shit like that. On top of that, like if I go out and like gorge on like white sugars and shit like that. I Same thing with the soils and shit like that. I see blooms in my gut of the black bacteria that may put on the fats and shit like that. When I'm eating healthier sugars and stuff like that and drinking my kombuchas and shit like that, the gut slims down, my health improves. Good sugars, good process, bad sugars, poison.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I completely think that because like as I've gotten over the last like a couple years, like cut out all the different sugars, like I've felt like amazing. Like I've had like you said, like joint problems and stuff like that. I've had some joint issues where I've gone back to feeling better in it, and to the point where when I'm working out and stuff, like a couple years ago, I was like, man, my knee is gonna be bum here in a couple years because like it's wearing down, it's wearing down. Then like I got rid of sugar and everything, and it's feeling better, and I'm able to do more because it's feeling better. And I'm just like, I feel honestly like I hate it's like I dare to say this, but like I feel younger, man. I really do. I feel a lot younger.
And you are still young too, so keep up that recipe, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely I know I'm still young, and like the fact that like I feel a lot younger than I am too. It's like I'm definitely gonna keep this stuff up. I again making it having it be an example for my daughter and stuff, and then just the way the world kind of is and stuff. I'm just like, you know what? I need to get back into training. I'm gonna get back into like I've been buying like firearms and ammo and stuff like that lately. So it's just like I'm gonna get back into like firearms training here soon. Um, there's this range is run by the special operations dude. I'm gonna go get a year membership, and like once a month I'm gonna go down there and try to get like my family and some of my friends to come out with me and do like a range day and just like tailgate out of the back of the truck for the whole day. And at the end of the night, my buddy lives down the street from the range, just to go have a bonfire and just, just like have a whole thing. Just try to bring everybody in, try to get everybody kind of like at a certain level, because like, I don't know, man, like you can only rely on yourself now, as we're seeing.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that hopefully like bring together my whole like little side of my community and stuff too, because like I don't know, I want to hang out with my daughter more and stuff, and like have like things. She already does this at her grandpa's. She already like they have a little bit of a range there and stuff. That like her grandpa's got like 80 acres, and she lives on her grandpa's property. So it's just she just goes out and explores like every day. They go out there and they shoot and like they like hang out and stuff like that. So she's used to that type of thing. I just want to like get my side of the family doing that because they don't shoot. I'm the only one that shoots on my side of the family.
Right.
Yeah.
I shoot a little bit, not a lot.
Smoke break.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah. Got a smoke break now. Fire! I need some fire!
Right.
Yeah, the plants in here are looking beautiful. Plants in the other room ain't looking so great. I don't know why. Same everything. Different light. Different light. I don't.
What light are you using now?
Oh, I got a mix in this room in here. And like I've used these quite often. They look great. But I got some GMLs. The blue spec. Veg light. I don't know. I ain't liking it so much, but I've been running them, so I've been doing fine. It all came out of that room. So I mean, they came out of them. They was using them. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Everything's kind of much the same, but except just a different light. It's only thing I can speculate. I'm getting ready to switch the light anyway, so.
What you smoking?
Hopefully that changes it and says something about the light. I mean,
what are you smoking?
You know my Canna, what is it? Canatrol.
Mm-hmm.
At curing machine and drying machine.
Yeah.
I tell you, I really want to say anything about it because I want to get a full rec spec, and it's been about a year now. Dude, I can put something in there and fucking on a stick none trimmed, and 6 months later, it's fucking as fresh as I just pulled it off there and just finished drying, ready to go. It's that fresh. I mean, it really pretty much impressed the shit out of me on that.
Are you leaving it in there for 6 months like that?
I've left some in there for 6 months. I want to see what it's gonna do. I'm been giving it a fucking try and stuff. I've got some stuff on a stick, untrimmed, been just sitting in there, and I've been taking it out and shitting on it, and fucking damn, this stuff is fire. I mean, it's just like no degradation whatsoever. I mean, I really was pretty impressed with that. I don't really like the thing out of the gate. I think if you're gonna dry your stuff quick, you're gonna dry your stuff and then get rid of it right away. I wouldn't use that. More for it's supposed to be for like fast, but it's really more for a long term holding. I'm getting ready to use one of them for just roll up fucking a shitload of doobies. Just roll them all up. Roll them all up and just stick them in that fucking machine. Basically a big humidor. But better than a humidor. I mean, it's really working pretty damn good. I have to give it some credit. But I didn't really like it out of the gate because of just the way the stuff come out smelling. But after it's been in there, I pull it out there and stick it to your nose. It smells fucking great, dude. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with the machine, but they've got something going on they ain't talking about, but I don't know how it's holding it. You know what I mean? It's just holding it all right there. Better than a community pack would do. So I'm kind of impressed.
How much can you put in there? What's the cost to keep it?
I could probably get a plan in there. I'm getting ready to start doing excuse me, the 10-day cycle. I'm gonna take a 10-day cycle. Every 10 days, start a new flower and plant. Every 10 days, by approximately, come out with a plant. And that machine dries in 8 days. Dries and cures in 8 days. And then I want to take that cured plant and fucking break it all the way down and roll it up all of the dibbies. Stick it in another machine. Just let it fucking. All I gotta do is pull out a doobie and fucking ready to go, dude.
Does it
I put a lot of doobies, so.
Is there a different setting between drying and just like holding it?
Yeah, it is, but I don't think it's really anything fucking different. And Southern BT talking about that Canatrol. I had one. I bought it a year ago. I haven't really spoke much about it. I opened it up here on Eagle Show. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for a fast shit, I really wasn't that happy with it. I mean, the way this product come out, it was just inert. You throw it in the grinder and grind it's fucking great, and it smoked great and so forth. Now, no problems with that issue. It's just if you took it, dried it in the machine, after it was done, put it in a bag, it didn't smell as good as you just hand dry it up and normally. And so I didn't like that. And so I have to speak for what it does, what it did do. But I left this product in there and I'm losing nothing. I'm not no degradation whatsoever, dude. Nothing. I mean, it was as nice as I just took it, clipped it off, and it was just dried up in 2 weeks, and I'm fucking ready to smoke it. I mean, that's how fresh it is. I'm pretty amazed with that. I'll be honest with you. I gotta call it like it is. But I wanted to wait a while to give it a chance. But I've already rolled up a fucking like 50 doobies in there and put it in the machine. It's all the machine I doobie I pulled out of there. It's fucking great, dude. It was great. I don't know what to say. So that's my take on it. It's an expensive ass machine. I think it's too pricey, but it is doing a good fucking job. And it's too small. It needs to be bigger.
So, and how much does it cost you a month to run it?
Oh, it's very cheap. I think it's only like $7 a year to run that motherfucker.
No, it ain't bad.
That ain't nothing. $7 a year ain't nothing. No, it's not nothing to run. It's not sitting there making any noise or anything. You got a cup, about a cup like this. That's got a sponge. You put a little water in there just to keep moisture in the machine.
Right.
That's all you gotta do.
No filters or change.
No filters to change. Just that water. I put all the water in that. So, and you ain't gotta do it like once every month. I think maybe 3 weeks.
So I wonder.
When I open it up, I'll tap it and it feels wet. It's good. Not, I'll put a little water in that. I mean, it's talking about a few drops. It ain't like it's a lot. You don't fill it up or anything.
Can't troll if you're watching. If you steal my idea, you're welcome to it. Just roll a few checks would be nice. You should have a battery backup option on your cannon troll.
No, but they should be bigger. I think you can make the machine on a home deal bigger. I think they need to make it hold more. I do. I think they need to make it hold more. It sucks to have you buy 2 of them. I mean, fuck, 2 of them. That's what is that? $3,400, something like that, for 2 of them.
I've never bought one.
That's a lot. They're like $1,700 a piece.
Damn.
That include the shipping, I believe. I include the shipping. It's like outdoor what you're gonna pay. But I mean, I'll say I don't regret buying it now, and I did regret buying that Oven Now dryer. But I wish I would have kept the Oven Now dryer because it would have been really good for hash. I really think, I know you use it for hash, but I really think it would be really good for hash.
It does. I've used it for hash. I'd put down fucking parchment paper and then set my hash on top of that.
Yeah, I would have liked to kept it for that purpose. And I kind of got pissed off at it and said, fuck you, and sold the damn thing.
Well,
it is what it is. I mean,
like that. I still use mine. In fact, I've had 3 of them out drying the outdoor. I still use them. Still enjoy them Myers now.
Well, I mean, you know how to use it. I didn't know how to use it very well, I guess. But I asked Scott how to use them. I had his directions, so I went off of his directions. I think his directions suck. But it is what it is. But I do approve of it now. I still don't think it's too much, and I think it could be bigger. Should be bigger. So I'll tell Ken so that. I mean, that's my opinion on it. Used it now for about a year. No other issues.
Can Trooper's good at money.
Yeah, I heard what you were saying, Ken Troll, Ken Trooper about North Carolina. It's a fucking mess.
Yeah, it really kind of is.
It's a fucking mess. I mean, at least the shit that happened in Florida, it kind of like came and it was gone overnight. You know what I mean? Less than 12 hours, it came and gone. But fucking up here, it just fucking swirled and fucking just laid it down, boy.
Yeah, what's it called? They got another storm that's about to hit Florida, and there's a couple models, not like the majority of the models, but a couple models were showing it veer up this way. I was just like, shit, dude. It's like, I feel bad for Florida, but like, we really don't need that up here. But yeah, they either way, we're gonna get rain from it. And like I said, there's some areas up there that still like they have water trapped in the valleys there still. Like they really don't need it. We've had a wet year too, so that's why a lot of those mudslides are happening and stuff, because like everything was already saturated, and then 40 trillion gallons of fucking water dropped from the sky. So something was bound to happen.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of water, yeah.
I read that number like in multiple sources, and I was like, this is a real fucking number.
Yeah, crazy.
And you know, he's crazy about that is a fucking lot of water. I was just looking at this fucking water tower over by where I'm at. It's an old water tower, old cement one. And like the shells cracked and shit like that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like one of the big boys, but it's one of the like above ground. It's maybe 50 feet tall. It's all cement. Now, exterior is cracked, and then you could see that like the interior was brick, and you could see crack in the brick. And I was like, holy fuck. I can't imagine what would happen if that thing burst. And you know what I mean? And that's not a trillion gallons. Yeah, I doubt that's a trillion
No.
gallons. But man, you know what I mean? That would devastate the local area. You know what I mean? Much less something like that. That's wow.
Oh yeah. So like I I don't remember, but like like I said earlier, I was a commercial diver, and some of my work that I had to do was be offshore of Venezuela at a couple Exxon platforms, and I would go from platform to platform because they had other wellheads that this platform was attached to, and they picked it up and moved it to this wellhead, and the superstructure that it would sit on for each wellhead was left in place. Well, as we're talking about, water is really fucking powerful. It knocks these fucking things over, and these huge structures underwater. I mean, they're like they're like 3 times the size of like the Burj Dubai. You know, like they are the largest structures, like man-made structures. These oil rigs and like the scaffolding the oil rigs stand on, and but like the water moves it around, and so the thing is, the currents start to push these scaffolding, these giant fucking structures towards the active wellhead. And then that's when they call me in, and I go down there. We have cranes and we have barges up top, and we'll bring it up to a certain depth so that I can cut it. And then, like, some of it will fall down, some of it will stay in place, some of it goes up top and goes onto the barge, and they go and they get it out of the way and stuff. So, like, that's my experience with like cutting steel underwater and stuff, is like mostly like cutting up old scaffolding derricks and rigs and old jack up boats and stuff.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, like
probably paid pretty good too. Probably paid pretty good, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it was pretty decent, but it was just like, you gotta live out on the platforms and stuff, and it's just like it's a different life. It's not for everybody. And and so like the place we'd go for shore leave was Caracas and in Venezuela. And I was walking down the street one time, and no bullshit, I turned a corner and I saw AKs and Shegma scarves, and I immediately did an about face. It's like Hezbollah has a presence there, and I apparently came across one of their little safe houses. They had dudes standing out front for a second there. I thought I was back in the Middle East. I thought I was having a flashback. It wasn't just me. Everybody saw him.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
well,
that was
guys,
funny.
we're gonna wrap this one up on the 12. Just a heads or 20. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I just looked at the clock there. So probably time to
go.
Fire, man. Yeah, definitely.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole here.
All right, later, guys. Peace and love. Always a good time. Gotta get together soon. I ain't going to that event. Not going there.
Which one?
The one at Jim's and Genetics. I'm not going it. I'm not doing it. Got things going on. Can't go.
I don't blame you.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Take care, Trooper.
Later, man. Seeing you.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. There we go.
All right, Eagle. It was good to pop in. I hadn't said what's up in a long time, so it was good to chat. Uh, so just like good to be able to spread the news about stuff. Like if you guys can find anybody that you can supplies to, or some of those like especially the EpiPens and probably like winter clothes, try to see if you can donate those things. I'm pretty sure people will appreciate that. But yeah, I appreciate you letting me plug and hang out.
I appreciate you and keep up the good work, man. It's all doing good things for you, man. You look great, man.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Have a
Yeah,
good
no,
one.
likewise. Yeah, you too. Bye.
Cheers. To the rest of you guys, thank you for hanging out this Monday evening. I appreciate you. Don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, I am out of